Maybe I copied it anyway. Okay, I still made I actually copied the image of it anyway. I'm gonna show you image of this deck that I liked. Images for this deck that yeah. This was a bot drafted deck that I went cleanly 7-0 with, like 7-0 in my sleep 7-0. 7-0, easiest 7-0 in the format, easiest 7 wins. Now, I even had to mulligan once or twice, but as long as my opening hand had a blue source and a black source, this was great. I don't think these wind robbers are great. These are somewhat like those Akum Hellhounds, the 0-1 landfall, where they're not that impressive on its own, but if you're building around it, it worked really well. Having these reliable, 5 blue rogue 1-drops, the 2 Mind Carvers, aggro squids, and whenever I got the Soaring Thought Thief with all these early rogues, it was done for. Relic Golem was a 6/6 for 3. Sometimes it was inactive when I cast it, but mostly like on turn 5, I would play Relic Golem as a 6/6 for 3 and then some other play as well. And yeah, Mind Carver was good in this deck. But this was aggro tempo. This was Wind Robbers are getting in. Then Mind Drain was a bit of an all-star. The 3 cards towards 8 was big. Like, there's all these things going towards the Relic Golems being 6/6s for 3, and they were pretty nuts that way. So anyway, had big success with hyper low to the ground rogues, but I did get paid off with lots of uncommon duplicates that made it work. Triple Wind Robber, double Mind Carver, double Golem, but also those are the types of uncommons that nobody else really wants. So all of this stuff wheeled, right? This was bought, and on that front, we're going to go and do that now, but this was a successful enough deck out of normal archetype stuff for me that I thought I'd share. A little show and tell. I liked, I don't think necessarily Crab would have been good there. I liked that all of my mill sources were also part of the aggro plan. I'm going to reset this. I don't know if I spun quests. Should look for that too. My machine is pushing back. Upgrade me. You're not wrong, Juluz, that turn 1 Crab is must kill. I'm not going to say it's unbeatable. I'm going to say it's must kill, because that's the thing. You kill the crab and then you can beat. But that's also very best case scenario mentality for that card to focus on that turn 1 aspect. I feel better about a crab deck when I got a couple, and then that turn 1 is really reliable. Anyway, let's chat about Quick Draft. Hello everyone, welcome. The bots now have Zendikar Rising available. So I know a lot of my viewers and a lot of folks out there on YouTube primarily play Quick Draft on Arena. I want to speak to that for a moment. If the thing to know about Quick Draft is that you are drafting against bots. So it's you against 7 algorithms, picking algorithms, and then you take your deck and play against actual humans. You don't play against bots, but you draft against bots. And that means it's something to keep an eye on. I don't know how much development Wizards has done on the bot system since I left the company. I was the designer behind the bot system to begin with, and it's been massaged and worked on a lot since I left, which was quite a while ago now. But it's interesting to come in and check out where the bots are at, because unless they put a ton of resources into it, it's still likely to be fairly exploitable. They've attempted to put in some personalities so that not every seat drafts exactly the same every time. But fundamentally, it is still algorithms working from a list of cards with value ratings, pick ratings on them, and then they make the best picks they can based on some factors that are baked in there. But one thing that's useful to do is to check out the bots and see if and where they might be exploitable, where you should be leaning. Sometimes with bots, you just literally force that you'll be best off if you just hard force in a direction. But frequently where it is actually something more towards the lean, where you need to be aware of what the bots overvalue and undervalue, and then you can lean to take advantage of that. But we're early on in the format. I don't know where we're at on that. That's why we are stepping in to take a chance here. I did one bot draft this weekend where I had a very nice 7-0 deck with a aggressive tempo-based black-blue rogue deck. Truly topped out at 3 mana. There wasn't anything in the deck that was more than 3 mana, and it was hyper-aggressive and worked out really well. But that's just one data point. And today we're here to get another data point. We're going to draft and try to figure out where we should lean, and then play a couple of the games and see where the bots are at. One reason people like the bot format is that it's half price to enter. But if it depends on what your play goals are. If what you love the most is the actual picking, like the draft itself, then half entry is nice because you're paying half price for the draft itself. The prize support, though, works out pretty evenly, such that from an EV standpoint, from a where am I getting my gems back standpoint, you can really play in a lot of the different queues depending on your win rate. And if your personal goals are to really get better at this, to really get better at drafting, I strongly suggest trying to save your resources and drafting in the traditional or premier queues, depending on your win rates, because there is no real substitute. The bots are nice so that you can get your feet wet in draft without the pressure of a pick clock. But if your personal goal is to truly improve at limited, I think you're going to find it best to be drafting against other humans. There's still plenty to learn here, as we're going to go in and find out. But I do want you to consider taking it up with 7 other humans as opposed to 7 bots to truly improve your game. Another great way to improve your game, of course, is to include my sponsor, Card Kingdom, in your decisions when choosing where and when to buy from third-party vendors. Card Kingdom is great. They have been my sponsor for a while now, and they'll have everything you need for your tabletop game. Lots of good stuff. Anything enamored, if you're enamored with anything from the new set, get 4 of them and build a standard deck. So thank you, Card Kingdom. Please remember to get there from my affiliate link in the panels, in the YouTube notes, in the chat here, and then your activity there is tied to my account, which is good for me. Now let's talk about this pack. Pretty much Luminarch Aspirant. We were talking about must kills before. Must kill 2-drops. How about this for a must kill 2-drop? If you do not get rid of this thing right quick, the game slides out of hand. You can't just throwing a counter around every turn is kind of nuts, and definitely going to take that as a start. I have heard the stuff I have heard about bots and seen from bots is that maybe they're not valuing these DFC, the flip lands, highly, so you can get these kind of late. I haven't seen anybody saying that white is particularly exploitable, but I'm just not going to pass this excellent bomb. Is it a bomb? I think it's a bomb in the sense that if you don't answer it, you're going to lose to it. Thwart the Grave is a powerful effect. So is Colony Ambush, though, and it's on a land. So I'm thinking we take the land fight. Land fight, super strong land card. And what else is really even calling to us? Aspirant is a cleric, so Thwart is the thing that really calls to us here because black-white clerics is a good deck. But I think I'm going to take the territory here. Another Thwart, another flip land. Blood Beckoning would be nice. I think we take Thwart here. First Thwart over Rogue Land. What do you think? I think it's the same thing. It's Thwart as power card versus flip land. You think the Rogue's too good? It is really nice when they're creatures, huh? All right. This one's got some controversy going on in chat. And hey, we're drafting quick. That means there's no clock, which is ironic. Quick draft has no clock. But that means I can casually poll chat here and see what they see where they want to go with this. I'll follow chat. We're going to call it Rogue or Grave. I think Thwart. I'm kind of interested in the Thwart, and if the tales of the bots are true, it's possible we wheel the Rogue. I don't know. Yeah, there's nothing on color here. I don't want to take Snarecaster, Blightblade, or Ox. Chat wants the Grave. I'm in. All right, we got another flip land in the white-black I would like to get into, and it's a good one. These are good, too, for white-black clerics, but let's take the Shelter. Relic Amulet is nice for the Wizard deck especially, but here we can take... Oh, we can even take a Vision if we just wanted to keep taking those cards, but at this point I don't mind a Priest trying to get into the black-white clerics. We could take this on that hedge as well, but let's see if the clerics work out here. Really would love to play this Aspirant. This is a great cleric for that deck. Premier Draft and Quick Draft are ranked, yes. There's a Kite Sail cleric. Are we that cleric-y? I don't know if we're that cleric-y. This is very aggro clerics. But what else are we taking? The Sentinel? I guess we could take Sentinel, because if we get the Subtle Strike, throwing a counter on the Sentinel is decent. But kind of for science, want to try the lower down cleric. I'm going to take this cleric in case we actually have a tempo cleric plan that seems reasonable. Mesa Lynx is a card without a place. But I still think it's probably better than a Blood Price or a Dreadworm here to at least fill out the curve. We could also take a Field Research and Hedge, even a Squid, Blightblade. Yeah, maybe just Blood Price. I think this is really... We really don't want to play Mesa Lynx if we can help it. Well, we don't have payoffs yet, but there are definitely cleric payoffs waiting in the wings if we find them. Practics, late Geyser Mage. We'll just take a Gloom Hunter here, I think. Here's another cleric that goes to the aggro skies thing. I don't know. I'll take a second. in case low down clerics is how we do this. I don't know. We're giving up a silencer and an ox. Blood beckoning nice here over an ox to me. Nice. Core Celebrant comes around. Smite. Not going to make our main deck likely here. Well, rare. On color rare. We're just going to take that. It doesn't necessarily look impressive one at a time. So for 3 mana, you can mind rot them. You can reanimate a 2 or less drop or kill a small creature. But if you kick it, you do a bunch. You can do multiples. So let's take it. And it's fine if we don't kick it, and crazy if we do. Royal Chaser, not for us. Boy, this is not a great pack. If we go tempo aggro wide cleric, then I think we would want Dauntless Unity and the kite sails and stuff. So we'll take that and see. I don't necessarily think it's the plan for the deck, but if we do end up, it's the type of thing that could give us that possibility. Ugh, not liking these packs here. Now we are taking a Mesa Lynx because I don't want a Muck Lord. Blah. Are we noticing anything about the bots? Anything weirdly late here? Not really. So I don't have any takeaways here. Except that I really don't want to be playing off-tribal 2-drops if I can help it. So here we have Acquisitions Expert, not a cleric, but broadens the party for various party mechanics. This is a cleric. We just take the Scion, which is finally a life gain reward as well. And then maybe wheeling, well, there's only, you think we'll wheel one of the black clerics hat? Well, I don't think we're going to wheel Scion. Although it's true that like other decks really don't want this unless they're gaining life. But if the priest wheels, great. If any of these wheel, we're happy. But I'm taking the Scion. No one else wants Scion. That's a fair point. But I want it enough that I'm not going to mess around. I'm going to take the Jerboa. It's been underperforming, but we're getting the tools here suddenly to maybe go wide. Go low down and wide. Let's take it. Another Mesa Lynx for that. We'll just take the actual cleric here. Not like we're overridden at 3 anyway. Here's another Dauntless Unity to add to this consistency that we're seeing in a possible go wide, but Subtle Strike, just generally good. So let's take Subtle Strike. If we come up with another Unity, that's fine, but 1 is fine also, especially... Yeah, I wouldn't mind a second, but I want Subtle Strike number 1 over Unity number 2 here. I mean, Unity is interaction, right? Let's not miss out on that, but Takedown, really nice to go wide, pick up for go wide as well. Celebrant comes around. It's a little bit we're somewhat cross purposes to have a go wide aggro clerics deck that's also looking to, play 1/4s and gain life, but they can all get in on it. Hunger or Utility Knife, which is the one we're not going to play least? Not playing a Smite. Look, we did get all that stuff back, so we have seeing 3 playable cards left in a bot draft is really nice. Feels like we're gonna get the hookup in the next pack. Rogue is arguable if you want to get wider in terms of party count, but I think we should stick on the cleric plan and hope we get a hookup in 3. Would love the uncommon build around, or hey, if we're asking, black, white rares wouldn't suck either. I think I'll take Banneret over another Mesa Lynx. These are pretty free, and if we get super low down, you could make a case for the Banneret. White Mythic Angel. Oh, it's this one. This is interesting. Kind of goes against exactly what we're doing, but it's still a cleric. It's just that, like, if we go wide aggro, it's a little weird on that. But we're going to take it. Yeah. Oh, we're going to take it. No, of course we're taking it. I was going to make a joke about not taking it. We're going to take it. We're going to try and wheel the healer. Wouldn't mind the Feed the Swarm either. Oh yeah, it's good. It's, hey, look, I asked for it. And we got it. Allied Assault. Thwart the Grave number 2. Maybe we take Thwart number 2 over one of these 3s. But I think we don't want more than 2 thwarts. You can get overloaded on thwarts when they don't do anything, and it's not great. But we'll take 2. Third, but we're going to have both, I think, Gidandamore. I believe we're going to wheel that Priest, and love this healer here. Great. Emiria Captain probably has the breadth of type to actually do something here, but we want removal. Yeah. Just starting here to then move away from it. Like, I'd play this if we were going to give us one, but I'm taking removal. Are we doing any of the kitty things? Less so than either just another Mesa Lynx or an Ox, I think. You haven't really played an Ox yet, but this could be a deck for it. I'll take it and see. We're going to wheel that Lynx, or, you know, again, have all these Lynxes that we want. Another takedown, please. Carver, not good enough. Not best of 3, so we're not going to play that. Resolute Strike maybe finds a place. Outrider, again, possible. Raptor or Warrior? We're not doing the heavy Warrior thing, so I'm going to take Raptor, and then we can use it to get back things like Shelter and the double. We have, like, double takedown. All right, interesting bot test here. Looks like we're not going to get much more in the playable camp. Those are the only options for the deck. And let me get our land figured out. Then I'm going to take a quick bio break, snack break, and we will finish off this deck and give it a spin. Topping at 5. Probably want 18 total, 17, 18, 19, 20, 19, 18 at least that, right? And actually probably want up on Swamp, down on Plains, since our spell lands are all of the white variety. And now we need 5 cuts from this. We are at 19 creatures, 11 non, 13 clerics with no cleric cuts. And I'm going to ask you, chat, to talk amongst yourselves, figure out our 5 cuts, or possibly more, or whatever, if we want to reconsider our land. But I think I like 18 plus the land spells. And then, so we're looking for 5 cuts out of here. I'm going to come back shortly, and you're going to tell me what you've come up with. Hey gangs, thanks so much for waiting. I'm gonna scroll up and see what you're thinking about. I think as I was walking away, I saw y'all saying Ox, and I agree. I guess I'm gonna pull the whole kind of go wide package off to the side here. Like if we wanted to, that's where I like the kite sail clerics and like the banneret, you know, if we're really trying to do that thing. But this is kind of like the weak stuff that is in there on that strength. I think we play a Unity anyway, but I mean, that's part of it, right? Yeah, I think Banneret's an easy cut, even if we are going wide. Our go wide payoffs are from other things. And yeah, let's just move off on these, right? I mean, I think Lynx and at least one cleric and the Jerboa and one kite sail is not the end of the world. It's not great, but that's okay. It's been called that perhaps Blood Beckoning and Two Thwarts is not where we want to be. Again, you can get flooded on graveyard returning and then not have anything in the graveyard. Yeah, Aspirant throwing stuff on early clerics is nice, but I don't think we need to play an extra, like, I'm already not thrilled with the first, but Aspirant can build on itself, so it's not like it needs something. It can just put it on itself. Over the entity. We already cut the entity. What entity are we talking about? I'm wondering about the beckoning double thwart, if that's something we need to worry about. So, we can start here, though, see how it goes. A little worried about that, but what would I do if I'm not? Am I cutting one of the thwarts? Am I cutting the Blood Beckoning? Could cut Blood Beckoning and add Outrider. What about that? Well, Outrider helps us attack. It's going to give a +2/+2, right? So if you think of this as a hill giant that gives +2/+2 and enables an attack, if we're trying to be aggressive, that's fine. And it lowers the thwart costs, is what I was thinking about. And it's one that we wouldn't mind thwarting in because it gives a trigger. More smaller clerics. Well, we only have the kite sail, and I don't know if we want two of those. It's true. I think we have enough small clerics for Aura, though. I'm going to give this a try. And yeah, pray for something. Black Life Matters is pretty funny. Jinx has wins. That's pretty good. We got something else. Pray for... What do we want? Yeah, Dear Life is good. I like that. Dear Life. It's the match game. Dun, 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 dun. I like it. Let's see how it does. I'm not going to play out all these, closing in on the end time, but we'll play at least 2. Let's play 2 games and see how long they take. We'll keep this. Do you like Gloom Hunter or Blood Priest on 2, assuming no changes in knowing Celebrant and Scion, etc.? I think we go Gloom Hunter. Especially having not drawn a land there. This is more likely to get through. If we find our rare, we're going to throw counters on it, and that's nice. Blood Priest might find other party members and have a better ETB later. And it's more likely to get blocked on the ground with a play from Oppo. Here, though, we get to drop our 3rd land. We're going to Celebrant here so that we start gaining that life coming up. And hopefully Scion just gets ridiculous if we can cast it. There's an argument for the Raptor, but you really just want to get your Celebrant going in this deck if you can. Hopefully you don't get countered, but Anti-Cognition could get us here. Yep. At least it just discards it, doesn't exile it, and we have a couple of Thwart the Graves to start bringing that stuff back later. Really what we want is 2 lands in a row. All I want to do is get a Scion out on time here. 1 land means we can Blood Price to ensure the next. So really basic off the top, I would go Blood Price to ensure the next one. Feed the Swarm, not what we're looking for. We could Raptor and then replay the land. It doesn't really do anything for us, though. I'm going to start with an attack. And... yeah, not how we want to use the Raptor ideally, but it curves out. It's aggro. Let's do it. I will not like it. You can't make me, True. I will play the Raptor and be a little underwhelmed. You're not my mom. Subtle Strike. Nice. I don't love the open mana situation here, though, so I'm going to be very careful with it. I'm going to start with an attack and probably just Blood Priest this turn. I like a Subtle Strike, but not into all the open mana. Could even... yeah, I don't want to feed the Swarm either, because Strike is a nice kill on the Royal Mage, so just a fairly low-value Priest, but so be it. I mean, so what I said was just exceedingly true. True. I think you'd like that. True is not my mom is an extremely true thing on many axes. funny. We can't seem to find what we're looking for exactly here. I'm not going to mess around, though. Now that they're tapped out, let's go ahead and kill the Royal Mage, pump the Gloom Hunter, and just keep attacking in the air. -1 on Royal Mage, +1 on our Lifelinker. Flappy, flappy. I would rather... Yeah, I guess we could have gone for the Celebrant, but this seems real good. If we had done the play you suggested, we have to put the counter on the Blood Priest, and I really wanted the counter on the Gloom Hunter. Gonna make him have something for this attack, then finally play a 4th land. Unfortunately, it's in the form of a takedown, but I'm gonna do it. Could even play Feed the Swarm on the Celebrant if we want. They're so close to dead, though, we should save the feed for things that actually prevent us from winning the game, not just casting it because we can. Generally, you want to protect your plan, right? Come up with your plan and then do your best to protect it and make your opponent answer it when your plan is working. And here you go, just so. If I'd used Feed the Swarm on the Celebrant, we'd be trying to figure out what to do about this. Instead, while we have to take a big chunk of life to do it, we get to clear out this flyer and really threaten the end of the game. And even with paying 5 life to use that spell, we're still over our starting life total. Wizard land, love that land, but gonna be just enough to keep Oppo alive here, but not set him up for much hope. Oh, now they're just dead. Never mind. We ripped a top deck damage source, so we get to just win this turn. A fine start. We are on my side account that has... that's in the lower brackets, like I'm in silver. So our opponents are not going to be great here on average. I'm not trying to insult my opponents. I'm just saying that our rank is such that we are likely to be facing less experienced players than when I'm playing on my main account. Okay, this looks keepable. I think if we hold the shelter here, since we need another swamp to cast the swarm anyway, I'm maybe a little greedy. Now we have healer into Blight Priest. Thwart the Grave. Hopefully it comes in useful later. Radiantware wants the Gloom Hunter. I guess I'm going for the combo start. And with Shelter, I think it's pretty interesting because we might be able to trade Shelter for a creature on block. Doesn't look like healer's getting in this turn, though. Thank you for the sub, Xanatos. Appreciate that. That's true. Hunter into Priest does trigger it. This was more damage and more of a life swing if they didn't get on board, though. And we had the Shelter, so I like getting going with the healer, but Hunter had its reasons, too, with the Blight Priest combo. Takedown, all right. Interesting. Well, my plan was Gloom Hunter hold up Shelter on the double block of the Brute, and it might still be that. Hierophant, let's bring down the turn after. Jinx likes to swing with this attack here with the Blight Priest. I'm playing the Shelter play. I think they attack and we can get them, Jinx. Although a couple mana now, I forget exactly what... Suddenly we're playing around. Suddenly I could have a lot of possibilities. Too many to really worry about now. I'm gonna go for it. Although we could put it on, yeah, it just looks like an attack that is just based on current board state. So I'm gonna risk it. The nature of how damage works is we're somewhat 2-for-1ing ourselves here. Oh, well. Now we got to decide how we're 2-for-1ing ourselves. This needs to die, though, so we're going to actually give this protection from red, and we're going to lose our whole board to the Brute. But we have the Thwart, and we have Skyclave, so it's all fine. I should read this. So now do we have any... And we have cheaper clerics, so we can throw this out, and even if it dies, at least we get one back. And then next turn with a basic land, we can drop the Scion and potentially get it lifelinking. All right, great. We get to see their whole hand, and it doesn't really hurt us. I would like to get things going. Need a little bit more land to do that, so we'll just start with Celebrant now. Or... That's too much for... I mean, I can understand why they were feeling up against it. We had a rare out there and a fistful of cards, but I also think this is exactly what I was talking about earlier in terms of being in the... gold, silver, bronze level. I think that's just the nature of a frustrated newer player giving up too early. But because they gave up too early, that's your benefit. We're going to play one more. Hope you all had a good weekend. Spent most of my weekend helping my daughter get settled back home. My daughter lost access to the place she was living and is back home temporarily as we look for the next location she's going to be staying. But I like having her back. It's fun. We watch shows together and stuff. We can keep this. It's like I told her, if everything goes according to plan, I'm not going to, she's going to leave me, so might as well enjoy her presence while I've got it. Oh, David's testing me. Now I'm gonna make you wait. Gloom Hunter. So we could offer our Blood Priest for the Gloom Hunter, and if they take it, I'm fine with that. I know we have a Blight Priest that's looking to combo with other clerics, or pretend, it's just looking to combo with life gain. So I'm going to go ahead and send in the Blood Priest and accept the trade if they take it. And now, though, just going to build up. This gives us Gloom Hunter, unkicked Unity next turn, potentially. Mirror match. This is something I look for in bot drafts where we're trying to figure out the format, is the fact that we're seeing mirrors reflective of this is kind of a good place to be, or ... do we get greedy with Gloom Hunter and wait until we can kick it with the old Angel? Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you and that player each gain that much life. So lifelink helps us get to the win con. Second part, at the beginning of your end step, if you have at least 15 more life than your starting life total, each player Angel of Destiny attack this turn loses the game. So kind of want to try and make that happen. Just trying to figure out if I'm Gloom Hunting in the meantime. Dauntless Unity unkicked does not... Oh, but we can kick it for 4. Okay, so I'm going to send in. I'll go ahead and kick it if they want to give up their Celebrant. Yeah, Mind Rot looks pretty good here, huh? And we can still drop Gloomy if we want. Also, we could destroy the Gloom Hunter and keep the sky clear for us, although this is just going to be fine on that front, right? Maybe I'm supposed to go Angel of Destiny and just attack, although then we can't get there with Blood Priest. If we use this to destroy the Mucklord, the Gloom Hunter gets bigger. I'm gonna go Angel of Destiny. And yeah, now Oppo's life doesn't matter all that much, right? We're just trying to get our life up. So, yeah, I can attack and make that trade, especially with the Angel out. That's true. Constant Drain would be good, too. Can we get it back? 2 or less. We can't get it back. We have a couple of thwarts, though. And if we get land, we can even go land, kick Gloom Hunter, and then potentially have land for the inscription. Interesting. Now I think we just kick it, right? Now we just, I mean, not kick it. Now we just inscription, Mind Rot, and we're in great shape. Yeah, we can still kick the bat. We can just hold the Subtle Strike. We're attacking, though, right? I gotta feel the math out now. So we each gain. We're gonna gain 4 and then drop 2. Yeah. Well, this is the plan now, right? Let's get an Angel of Destiny. Angel of Destiny alt win con. Everybody gain life. Life for everyone. Nice. That'll help. And Subtle Strike is nice here. It's going to let us get through with our ground dude. If they're at 60% sodium right now, wait till we Subtle Strike this. Maybe I should have put the Gloom Hunter out first. But I think we just want the counter on Angel. Oppo had enough of that. I get you, Oppo. And if you're trying to flip your table right now, I get you on that too. Yeah, that was actually just got there. That wasn't an early scoop even. That was just getting there with our Mythic. All right, cool. I'm glad we got to show off what that Mythic can do. Request for another one, but I think I am going to call it here. And I will now redeem David's meme machine, if he's still around. And let's see, I get the choice. I gotta find what's a meme, what's a good meme? He's giving me the choice. Is there something new I can do? How about, I don't think we've done this one yet. I think this is a hat debut. You ready?
You've activated my trap card! It's a trap! It's a trap! It's a trap!
So there you go, David. I made you wait, but I gave you a debut. That's pretty good, right? And Dionysus, are you still around? Yeah, you are. I will accept your listen up because I didn't define any rules, but I'm now adding a new rule. You get a maximum of 1 listen up per week. I want to let other people be able to do it too, D. And I only have 1 earmarked today. So 1 listen up per week per listener, please. We'll see. I might play this some more offline. Maybe we'll play it later. But did I even say goodbye to YouTube yet? Probably not. What a mess. YouTube friends, thank you for checking out that bot draft with us. Looked like, all things told, I was at least happy that nothing super crazy came late. We got some of the nice double-faced modal lands late, so maybe that's a place to keep an eye out for those bots, but I didn't see any just regular old spells that were like, what is this doing here? So hopefully the bots are looking okay for this format. We'll keep taking a peek in on them and checking in with our friends around the community here as well and see if anybody who's playing bots heavily has any leanings that they've come up with, any learnings. I've only done it a couple times, so I can't really point you in like the perfect bot direction, but I can at least say that my bot experiences have been fun so far, so that's a good sign. Maybe it's just the format, but there you go. Thank you so much. I'm going to see if anybody wants to choose where we're going to raid. Doesn't look like it. So anyway, let's start with YouTube. See ya. Catch you next draft.